Pedro Sousa has said this here about Diogo Costa. If you saw this morning's video, make sure you check that out. We spoke about Chelsea potentially looking for a new goalkeeper. Is Xabi Alonso entirely happy? Remains to be seen. Diogo Costa is someone who is very attached to the city and to the club and doesn't have much of an adventurous spirit. Diogo Costa would not leave Porto for Nottingham Forest, for example. Diogo Costa would leave Porto for Chelsea, Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, or PSG, Milan, Inter, you know? Well, there you go. There we go. If Chelsea want to sign Diogo Costa this summer, he would move to Chelsea. Chelsea specifically mentioned there from Pedro Sousa as one of the clubs that Diogo Costa would choose to go to. Now, I don't want to get too excited here because it would be a little bit disingenuous, to be honest. My opinion on the goalkeeping situation is that Robert Sanchez, even though he still does have that occasional howler in him, and I don't think I will ever forget last season at Man United away, where I'd been praising Sanchez so much, and then a 3rd-minute red card, I absolutely saw red myself. Lost my head, right? We'd had a couple of beers and I was on stream. I do regret that moment slightly. But the point is, with Mike Penders coming, and he's going to be here this season, Chelsea signing Diogo Costa is basically like flushing him away. Because Mike Penders, right now, is still very young, yes. Doesn't have any Premier League experience, also correct. But he knows, psychologically, that Robert Sanchez is only ever a couple of weeks of having a capitulation away from getting his shot at Chelsea. If Xabi Alonso doesn't want Mike Penders to be the starter, then fair enough. Like I've said countless times, Xabi Alonso as the manager, he's done enough already for me to believe that we should allow him to make the decisions and move forward with it. And if he wants a new goalkeeper, then if Chelsea can back him with that, with someone like Diogo Costa, then we absolutely need to endorse it. We need to try and give this man what he wants. That leads back to what we said at the start of this video. There's a window of opportunity here. And when you give someone like Xabi Alonso control of this football club...
Big breaking news. Chelsea have announced the signing of 35-year-old striker Danny Welbeck from Brighton. The striker has signed a contract until 2028 and he will join up with Xabi Alonso's squad during their pre-season tour. They're heading to Hong Kong now. They play Juventus there on Wednesday. Welbeck, 35 years of age, scored 14 goals in 40 appearances last season for Brighton. People arguably said he could have gone to the World Cup, scored 3 goals in 2 games against Chelsea. Pivotal in Brighton, finishing above Chelsea in the table last season. Chelsea ending up just 10th, but they've signed Danny Welbeck to perhaps add some firepower to their front line. And he's had this to say: when you hear of the interest from Chelsea, it's something that fills you with such immense pride. Knowing the history of Chelsea, it's a club that wants to win trophies and is pushing to do that every single season. I'm really honoured to come to a club of this stature at what feels like a really exciting time. I know a few of the boys already, and I've had fantastic conversations with the manager and already feel that connection. I've got that fire in my belly and I'm ready to give it everything for this club to make everyone at Chelsea and the supporters proud. So Danny Welbeck turns 36 in November, but after a storied career beginning at Manchester United, his local childhood club, continue at Arsenal and then Brighton. In the middle of his 30s, he has completed that move to Chelsea, with Xabi Alonso very much intent on adding experience to this Chelsea lineup that's had this policy of very youthful players on long-term contracts up to now. But it's a 2-year contract for Danny Welbeck, completing his move to Chelsea from Brighton. More reaction to that as and when we get it. It's been a busy week for Chelsea. Their new manager, Xabi Alonso, spoke today about the news